Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. Now, back with English class, and today we are going to continue the poem The Quarrel, which we left half in the previous video. So without wasting much time, let's start with the poem. Now, let's revise what was done in the last class. In the last class, we started with the poem The Quarrel, written by Eleanor Farjeon. We went through the first stanza of the poem, and I hope that is clear to all the students. Right? Now, in the first stanza, the poetess says that she had a fight with her brother and they were not sure on which topic they were fighting for. Why they were not sure? Because there were so many issues which came one after the other and the fight continued. In the beginning, the fight was slight, okay? It was mild, but when it continued at the end, the fight was really long and it became a serious issue, right? Her brother was saying he was right, but the poetess knew that the brother was wrong. Okay, so here she mentioned about their fight. Now, in the second stanza, we are going to learn about what happened after the fight, right? Now, when you fight with your brother or sister, what happens after the fight ends? How you behave with each other? So that is what she mentioned in the second stanza. So let's start. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Now, what happened? Now, it's obvious that when we fight with each other, what do we say? We don't like each other at that time. Yes or no? Yes, we say that I don't like you, I don't like the sister or the brother, right? The poetess says that we hated one another. We were not liking each other. Okay. So now if you don't like someone, would you like to talk to them? No, right? The same way. Okay. They didn't like each other and they didn't want to talk with each other. The afternoon turned black. Now what does this mean? The afternoon turned black means it was the time of afternoon, and because of this fight, that afternoon became sad. Now, this is what happens with us also. When we have a fight, okay, what happens after the fight ends? We don't like each other. Our mood becomes really very sad, annoying, right? And at that time, when somebody tries to talk to us or try to convince us, we don't listen anyone, right? Because we are not in that mood. Okay, so at that time, what happens? It's like everything is very sad because you fought with each other. Okay, so the same way the poetess says that the afternoon turned black, everything became very sad and unpleasant environment was there. Why? Because the brother and sister fought with each other. Now the next line says, then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back. Now you tell me one thing, when you have a fight with your brother or sister, for how long it continues? Does it continue for a day or two? No, it may be just an hour, right? What happens after a fight? One of them comes and try to irritate or try to convince the other person, right? So the same way the poetess says that after some time, as she was sitting, what happened? Suddenly my brother thumped me on the back. It means on her back. What he patted on her back. Okay, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so he came suddenly and he patted her on the back. Now, do you think that he came again to fight with her? Why did he come again and patted on her back? Let's see what happens in the poem. So, yes, now what the poetess says, and said, oh, come along, we can't go on all night. So, yes, The brother came, he patted her on the back, and what did he say? He said that come along, come along over here means to accompany. Okay, he said, come on, let's go. We can't keep this fight for the whole night. Okay, he said, let us solve this problem, let us forget this fight. Now you tell me, this is what even happens when we fight with our brother or sister, right? Just after some time, what do? We start talking each other, we forget the whole fight that happened. Yes? So, this is what is the beauty of the relationship of a brother or sister, that is between the siblings, right? Even if brother and brother fights, just after some time, they become really normal, right? So, this is really something very unique in the relation of siblings. Now, let's see what happened further. So now the brother said, I was in the wrong. Now what happened? What did brother say her? That, oh, come along, we can't go on all night. I was in the wrong. So here the brother accepts the mistake. He says that, come, let's go. We can't keep this fight for the whole night, right? For the whole night, right? So, and he accepted his mistake, right? The sister knew, the poetess knew that the brother is wrong. Okay, so here the brother accepts his mistake and says that, yes, I was wrong. Okay, so now when he accepted his mistake, obviously the sister, and he came there to solve the problem, to solve this fight, right? So obviously the sister is not going to fight again, right? So the poetess then says, so he was in the right. Now at last, what does the poetess says? She says that yes, as he recognized his mistake, as he came to know that he was wrong, now the brother is right. Now, why the brother is right? Because he accepted his mistake. He came to know that he was wrong. Okay, so now he was right. So again, now there is a patch up between the brother and sister. So as I said before also, this is really something very different and unique in the relationship of siblings. Okay, even when we fight with our brother or sister, you notice this, that after some time we eventually start talking, start playing, and then again we may have a fight. Again we become normal. So yes, this was the whole stanza 2. So, in the whole stanza 2, the poetess says that the brother came to her and he accepted his mistake, and how did they resolve the whole fight? Okay, I hope you are clear with the second stanza. Now, once again, let us see the summary of this poem. Now, this is the picture that you're seeing over here is the same in a textbook also. Am I right? And I hope you are sitting with the books open and you're going through every word that I'm saying. Right? Now, now I'm going to tell you the summary of the whole poem again. So listen it carefully. Okay? So basically, this poem is about the relationship between siblings. They fight with each other for petty things, but in difficult times, they are inseparable, right? We fight for silly, silly things, but when it's time for difficulty, when it's time to show the unity, the siblings become inseparable. Nobody can separate, okay, their unity. Am I right? Yes. So now in the first stanza, the poetess says that she had a fight with her brother and she was unaware of the reason for their fights. Why? Because from one thing to another, the quarrel started, but when it ended, it was very violent and strong. She knew that her brother was wrong, right? So was there in the first stanza. Now in the second stanza, she says that the relationship between them was not at all cordial until one afternoon he patted on her back to give up all differences. Am I right? Yes? The relationship means they were hating each other. They did not like to talk each other. with each other. The afternoon became really unpleasant. Okay, but till when? Till her brother came and patted on her back. Okay, now he did not want to continue the fight anymore. As I said, why did he come? He admitted his faults, he admitted his mistake. And what did the poetess do? She agreed to him for the first time. She agreed to him and she was really happy. And now she said that yes, my brother is right because he admitted his mistake. Okay, so the poem ends with the affirmation. That is, the poem ends showing the strength in the relationship between the siblings. Right? I hope you enjoyed this poem. So here I end with the explanation of the poem The Quarrel. Okay, if you still have any doubts in any line, any word, you can mention it in the comment section. I'll surely look forward to your doubts and solving them.